Paintings always bring comfort and good feelings, but there are also strange and cursed works. In the following, we will mention the strangest paintings, from Decapitated Heads by Theodore Géricault to The Nightmare by Henry Fuseli. So, stay with us. In his work, Hans Memling, a German artist, depicts the victory of the devil and his joyful dance over humans who are burning in fire. The humans are also being consumed by a giant beast, and above the devil, the phrase, "There is no salvation in hell," can be seen. Hanging a Black Man by His Ribs by William Blake. This simple yet disturbing painting by William Blake is based on the account of a German soldier. He had witnessed a black slave being hung from one of his ribs. This is one of the countless atrocities committed against black individuals during the era of slavery. Saturn Devouring His Son by Peter Paul Rubens. Saturn was one of the primordial gods in Greek mythology. He was told that he would be overthrown by his children, so to prevent this from happening, he consumed all of his children after they were born. Many artists have depicted this story, but the version presented by Peter Paul Rubens vividly illustrates the helplessness of the child and the ferocity of Saturn. The Flaying of Mercius by Titian. In the past, the gradual skinning of a living person was known as one of the methods of torture and execution. Titian's painting tells one of the stories from Greek mythology. One day, Mercius challenged Apollo, one of the Greek gods, to music competition. However, he was defeated and killed in a horrific way. This story aims to criticize the excessive pride of an individual in challenging a god. The most famous work by Fuseli depicts a nightmare in the most terrifying way possible. In this image, we see a woman who has fallen asleep with a demonic creature sitting on her body. In the corner of the image, a horse looks at the woman with curiosity. The woman's submissive pose is rendered so artistically that it can evoke feelings of fear related to murder, assault, and even possession in the viewer. Decapitated Heads by Theodore Géricault. Géricault was obsessively fascinated with death and dissection, so much so that during a tumor surgery on his spine, he refused anesthesia to watch the procedure in a mirror. He died shortly after the operation. Decapitated Heads is a visceral and horrifying depiction of body parts that Géricault kept in his workplace. He had a keen interest in preserving corpses and used them as scientific models for studying the dead. All of this served as a backdrop for his major masterpiece, The Raft of Medusa, 1818 to 1918, another disturbing work, at least politically. This piece reflects the scandal of a shipwreck where senior officers abandoned lower-ranking soldiers to fend for themselves and resort to cannibalism. His works are considered some of the most challenging paintings in history, and few artists can recreate them. Géricault was so determined to complete this protest piece that he shaved his curly hair to ensure he wouldn't leave the house. Portrait of Pope Innocent X, inspired by Velázquez, 1953. It is unlikely to see an image of the Pope screaming and shouting even in mainstream media. However, Francis Bacon, a contemporary artist, has created this intriguing image for us. In the 1950s, Bacon reimagined the portrait of Pope Innocent X by the famous Baroque painter Diego Velázquez. This strange painting is recognized as one of the finest works in Bacon's Pope series, though the reason for its creation remained unclear for some time. For most people, Bacon's painting is enigmatic. Unlike the formally serene portrayal of the Pope by Velázquez, Bacon's Pope has lost control. His blue and purple face reflects a sense of distress. The Pope seems to be glued to the chair, as if tethered by golden ropes extending beneath it, suggesting that these ropes are holding him in place. These lines resemble the ropes of a boxing ring, symbolizing the inner and eternal struggle of humanity. Medusa by Caravaggio. Medusa is usually recognized as a beautiful woman with live snakes for hair, who could turn people to stone with just one glance, until Perseus cut off her head using a shield borrowed from Athena. In Caravaggio's painting of Medusa, we encounter two remarkable aspects. First, Caravaggio used a male model to depict Medusa's head, and in addition, he painted Medusa on a real shield. However, the wonders of this painting do not end there. According to the legend of Medusa, the reflective shield that was given to Perseus not only allowed him to see Medusa's reflection, but also caused Medusa to see her own reflection one last time. Given this story, Caravaggio's work effectively captures the horrifying final moments of Medusa as she sees her severed head in the reflective shield. Thanks for exploring the dark side of knowledge with Dark Facts. Stay curious, stay informed, and remember, the truth is often more fascinating than fiction. Until next time, keep seeking those dark facts.